You're listening to WNJC 1360 AM in Washington Township, New Jersey. Up next, we want to welcome everyone to another episode of the Doc and Amy Show with your sweethearts of the airwaves who agree to disagree sometimes. Take it away, Doc and Amy.
Thank you, Ronaldo. How are you doing today?
Ronaldo. How's it going, guys?
That's all right. That's all right. We're back with another episode of the Doc and Amy Show. It's a service we provide to the public on Sundays for those of you who are trying to contend with that pesky will to live. We can take care of that for you. What we like to do is let you know that we are on the World Wide Web at www.thedocandamyshow.com. And we are also tweeting, and that is what is that? At Doc and Amy?
Yep.
At Doc and Amy. So if you please tweet us
at Doc and Amy Show.
At Doc, whatever.
Because I'm sure there's really a Doc and Amy too. So I think either way they'll be okay.
See, I just feel so helpless over here. I don't know. That's what happens when you are the technical wizard that I am. You're pretty much. I'm right about at Morse code right now. I'm trying to develop a. Anyway, we have with us today. We're going to get to some really cool stuff here in a little bit. We have with us Bob Haynes.
Hello, everyone.
That's Bob, and Amy is with us today.
Hi.
That's scintillating radio, darling.
Hi.
Well done. What we're doing today is we're going to talk about a variety of things. We are going to dub this our holiday show because we have something of a Christmas theme happening here. We'll get to that in a little bit. And also Valentine's Day is coming up. And my sweetie is here with me, so I'm on my best behavior for the moment. And we're going to talk about that holiday with everybody. We want to remind you that the call-in line for the studio is 856-227-1360. And we certainly welcome callers of every ilk to give us their thoughts and come in and give us some input. What we're going to do for our holiday show today, Amy is going to open with a little bit about Valentine's Day. Take it away, darling.
Well, I have a little list here, some Valentine's Day gift ideas, and they are Valentine's gift ideas for bacon lovers.
Oh, right up my alley.
Yes, and just to provide a warning, they are not endorsed by PETA or the FDA. So,
okay.
Here we go. The first one is a bacon bouquet. It comes in regular and turkey bacon. The second is a bacon bra.
Oh, there you go. Now we're talking.
If your significant other is a vegan, the tofu push-up bra is also available.
Yeah, well, if you can push it, you can do whatever you want. Pushing up,
third, we have a bacon wallet.
Oh.
There is a manufacturer's warning on this one. Licking money can cause sickness. Keep out of reach of hungry pets.
Okay, well, that's a good one right there.
Okay.
Bacon wallet, I suppose if you sit on that on a hot summer day.
You want it uncooked.
Yeah.
So it folds.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want your wallet snapping in half.
No.
And if you're, in the middle of July, if you're sitting on that, of course, the people are going to be like, what is that? What is that? I'm hungry. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. And then 4 is squeezed bacon. It's great for sandwiches and bacon smoothies. We all love bacon smoothies. And then 5, for the baby in your life, bacon-flavored formula. Were your baby's first words dead flesh? If so, this is perfect for him.
Yes. Well,
now, just to say, I kind of added my little take to these things, but these are actually real Valentine's Day gifts.
Really?
And the reason why I wanted to talk about this today is because I don't eat meat, and this completely skeeves me out.
Well, that's good to know. I mean, let's push the envelope and talk about things that get us right to the edge of gagging. Actually, in Iowa, they had the Bacon Fest just recently. It was I read a blurb from KCCI radio, I guess, and they had their Bacon Fest. They chose a queen, and just for the event, they developed a dress made entirely of bacon for the queen to wear.
That's disgusting.
It actually looked...
Can you get a pig big enough to do that?
Oh.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I've been sick for the last week. I'm here with pneumonia, Among I think I'm on maybe Ebola is next. But
That's great.
I'm glad it's a small room, so.
we learned sharing today. We are talking about again Valentine's Day. We invite our callers to call in with Valentine's Day ideas, crazy gifts that they have in mind for their significant other, events that maybe they have planned as a surprise, certain goofy things that you might do or might have done that you want to maybe relate to us on the air.
Yeah, I'm just not into Valentine's Day that much. I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
Maybe because you're so romantical, all throughout the year.
Yes, 24/7, 365.
Yeah.
Yes.
You get a day off.
Yeah,
Valentine's Day
that's
is your
my
day
gift
off.
to you.
Yeah.
Of course, I got his gift in the mail and it was broken, so I have to send it back. Apparently, ordering it 3 weeks ahead of time didn't do me any good. So.
Yeah, I ordered flowers last year through the internet, and they were the worst flowers.
Really?
Oh my God.
And it was so nice because I had that the phone that I took a picture with, and I sent it
Yeah.
right to them.
Nah.
And I got a refund.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did that. I'm thinking of doing that this year to get the flowers.
Sending me
over.
crappy flowers?
No, I'm just printing them off.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I mean,
Save
last
some
longer.
money.
they're going to be exactly the same.
They'll
forever.
last longer.
Exactly.
Just don't buy me bacon.
Your inkjet roses.
Inkjet roses.
Well, that could spawn a song.
Yeah, it could.
Inkjet rose. Whatever. Thank you so much, darling. She just handed me a gun. I'm getting to myself. No, we are talking about all kinds of things today. We're talking about different news events. I did see that Iran is up and coming in the news. They're becoming an actual, or trying to become an actual nation. They have their own 3 squadrons of flying boats, and
Wow.
I sent you the link if you want to look at that on the internet. It's
Flying boats?
Flying boats. This is something that we have had since pre-World War II. But
Talking about their new fighter that they had.
no, this is
Oh,
even
okay,
different. No, the flying boat. It does again. That does looks like a canoe with a bubble on top. But it's the motor is mounted above the fuselage. It's got 2 floats on the wings. It looks like a PBY. It's crazy. And they're supposed to be stealth. Okay. Now they came out with the fighter, and the flying boat actually was called the Bavar 2. And they actually made a great amount of noise about its stealth capabilities. And if you look at it, it kind of looks like something Matchbox might have made. They have a new fighter jet out. They have one. And it appears to be a prototype, and it appears to be fiberglass. But it's the Kaher 313. And I looked at the pilot sitting in the cockpit.
It could hardly fit in there.
Right. His
Yeah,
knees
yeah.
were up above the edges of the fuselage. His head stuck up above the ejection seat. Probably 8-9 inches, something like that. It looked like he was in his little brother's plane. It was crazy, and there are no visible rivets or anything on this thing. So it pretty much, I believe, is.
So you think it's fake?
It's some kind of model. Yeah, it was like somebody's science fair project or something. And then we're talking about all of the possibility of their weaponry and so forth. They actually sent a monkey into space a few days ago.
Right.
They claimed the monkey was for peaceful purposes. And apparently, in keeping with that, the boats and the planes can also be piloted by monkeys, which I think is important for them. And what I also saw today was the Pentagon responded immediately by laying off 46,000 employees. And they're furloughing all of their full-timers 1 day a week. So they're worried. I think I can see the nervousness
I'm
written on
scared.
the wall there. So we try to be topical like that, and then it doesn't last long. So that keeps our.
That's it. Goodbye.
Yeah, so much for the news. No, I would like to introduce our guest. He's very graciously come in, and he's going to tell us about an effort of his that I was marginally involved with, and happy to be so. And it's a movie. It's called A Christmas to Remember. And there are all kinds of great things I could say about it, but that would be better done by the writer and director himself. I'd like to introduce everyone to Bob Haynes. Hi, Bob.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Amy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, please tell us now. What was the genesis of this whole idea?
Well, Christmas to Remember was actually, I wrote that about 12 years ago. And every year I would purchase a prop. It would be a Christmas tree one year. It was fake snow another year. It was the police uniforms another year. And my girlfriend was like, "Are you ever going to make this movie?" So I'd met a wonderful cinematographer, and we got to discussing it. And so it was made about a year and a half ago, and it's about a 5-year-old boy. He wakes up to a thief breaking in the house, and he's dressed as Santa. And the boy is just, it's Santa. He's real. And, of course, the father wakes up and realizes I have a thief in the house, and he wants to protect his son, and knocks him over the head and knocks Santa out. So now there's a dilemma how to tell his son that Santa is not real.
Well,
the whole...
What do you mean Santa's not real?
Oh, boy, you just opened a can of worms there.
that?
Jeez. Now I just...
I'm crushed.
Oh,
He's real,
God.
kids. Trust me.
Yes. And the sequel to the movie is that tasty Easter bunny.
Right.
I was initially intrigued. I mean, you sent me the script. I got to be involved in this process. I actually played a police officer. I don't think the comedic part of it was intended. However, my partner, not partner in that way. The other cop. I'm just a police officer. Hello.
He would towered over you.
He was like
So it's like kind of like a Mutt and Jeff.
He's like 9 feet tall.
Yeah.
The guy is a sequoia. And so I come in and I'm talking and I look over and all I can see is up his nostrils. That's the only view of him. I don't even know what he looks like. It's just holes in hair. That's all I know. So what that transpired as it came out on film, it was something of a visual light moment.
Yeah.
But I think the overall mood of the movie was very intriguing, and there are some dramatic parts in there, especially with the soundtrack. Now the music. Let's tell us about that.
Keith LeBrand. He's the one. I had went on Facebook to my Facebook friends, and I said I need someone who writes music, and I've got some ideas and whatnot, and I talked to different musicians, and Keith LeBrand, he had a website, and I was able to view some of his music, and he's done stuff for History Channel, Lifetime, and whatnot. So I was discussing with him, and I have not a bone of any kind of musical
Prowess.
Yes, at all. I mean, if I could find a C note, I'm lucky. It's
I've been
the middle
trying-
key, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking for a
So
C note
me
too.
trying to-
Yeah,
The
me
rents
too.
do.
Or a G string. I mean,
And me trying to talk to him what I want, and him trying to decipher it was funny. But once we got over that hump, it went by pretty quick.
see, there he goes
after
again. Anyway, as I was listening to the soundtrack today. I actually took the video completely out of the equation, and I'm listening because we're going to present a portion of this here in a minute. But a very intriguing soundtrack as it follows the activity on the screen.
Yeah, a couple times. I mean, it was interesting because I think at first he was just being very literal with the music, and I was looking for more of a melody, just a mood.
Yeah,
And,
it's very dramatic in a couple spots.
And once we got that, like he kind of understood where I was coming from, and he hit it right on.
The music does make a big difference, I think.
It does. Yeah.
It
And
just makes you feel it. Like if there's just talking, you don't feel the mood as much. I thought the music was excellent, and I think it made a really big difference.
I was early on. I was a child actor, and it was the music that really made it. If without that organ grinder, I would have gone nowhere.
There you go.
But you can laugh at that, John.
His name's Ronaldo.
Ronaldo, whatever. I don't know. I just met the guy.
Geraldo.
No, John is our producer, and he does a fine job. He's all I have to do is wake him up like once every 10 minutes. Last week he was yawning like crazy, so I'm not sure. I think he has another job. But what we're going to do is we're going to try and get some of the audio from this. And Bob,
great.
would you set this up for us?
Okay, so in this scene, Michael has woken up and has discovered Santa, and he's quizzing Santa on a couple of things. But the dad wakes up, and of course he's concerned with the safety of his son. And at the end of the scene, he knocks out Santa, and Michael is distraught because he thinks you killed Santa.
Well, and this is a good idea for anyone who's looking to save a bunch of money at Christmas. Just follow along, okay? Let's listen to some of that.
Where's my outside. It was too big to fit down the chimney. I'll go get it right now.
Who the hell are you? What are you doing?
He's Santa, Daddy, Santa!
Michael, come up here now.
He bought me presents!
Now! Don't you move!
Oh my God! Michael! Santa! Don't leave Santa! Don't... Michael! Wait, do something! Santa! Look at Santa! I hate you!
I don't know.
Frank? Oh my God. What are we going to do?
I don't know.
We have to do something. I'll call the police.
No, don't call the police. I need time to think.
Now you need time to think.
Michael, Santa's not dead. He's just taking a nap, okay?
No, you killed him.
He's taking a nap.
No, you killed him.
Hey, would you deal with him?
Come on, we'll get you some cookies.
Okay, that was and there are some spots there where again, movies are mainly a visual sort of thing.
Right.
But I was intrigued by that the combination of the action and how the music set the mood. That was very well done.
Yeah, I was very happy with that, and especially little Michael. He came on set and he was very prepared for a 5-year-old.
Oh yeah,
had
yeah.
memorized all his lines.
He bit me once. Did you know that? No, he was quite the character.
Yeah,
And in between takes, he was entertaining.
Entertained us all.
And I was, I hate to say, where continuity is concerned, I it didn't do you any favors in the movie.
No, but that's funny because when you mentioned, I never even seen that, and a lot of people haven't. But when you mention that,
yep.
Doc is wearing glasses, and he's not wearing glasses in the one scene, and he comes running into the living room, and he's wearing glasses. So it's that little. But I don't think.
Well,
no one catches that. Yeah.
If you wear glasses, you know that every once in a while you have to put them on really quickly so you can see what you're doing. Do we have a caller?
Yeah, we do. We have Craig. He said he was the editor of the film.
Oh,
yeah,
Craig, excellent.
Craig.
Yeah. Welcome, Craig.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Excellent. We're certainly happy to. And you had the editing responsibilities for the film, I understand.
Yeah, Bob had. I'd actually also was the boom operator on the film, so.
Okay. So, all right. So you remember? I'm the short guy that was looking over your shoulder.
Mainly did the editing for Bob under his tutelage.
Well, and it was a fine
job. Great job. And I tell you what, without Craig, I would not have been able to finish it. I had made a rough cut and was trying to find the time, and at the time I was working like 2 jobs and just trying to squeeze in whatever I can edit it. And Craig happily took it over and did a great job.
Oh, it's marvelous, yeah.
I don't think people realize how much work goes into shooting a movie. I was actually there one night, and there are times when you shoot a scene and it has to be shot over so many different times because of the different angles.
Yeah.
I always assumed there were multiple cameras and
there
multiple
usually is.
angles.
For a bigger budget, there is. But for the small
but
budget,
sometimes the cameras would be in the line of shot of the other cameras, so you have to shoot it
Sure.
from
Oh, yeah,
different
so-
angles, and the people have to be in the exact same place doing the exact same thing.
That's right.
And you can tell, like, even in big budget Hollywood movies, there are times when, now that I've seen this and I've been there,
you have appreciation now.
I'll say, oh, that was bad editing because the person's body shifted just a little bit in respect to the background, and you can tell they weren't in the same spot as when the other scenes started. I don't think people realize how much
and what
goes
we try to
into
do
it.
is when we were shooting and switching the camera angles, we would try to have enough loop over so there was enough to cut from.
Right.
Overlap.
So, yeah.
And I don't know, and it's Craig, right?
Craig.
Yeah.
Still with us? Okay. I remember reading about and watching the movie A Few Good Men, And one dramatic scene in the courtroom where Jack Nicholson does his soliloquy. As I understand it, took about 50 different takes to get everything they wanted to do in that, and they were amazed. He did it exactly the same way every time, breathed in the same places, same intonation, everything. Then that's the mark of somebody who knows his craft.
One of the techniques I tried using to try to get a reaction from Michael is I had someone dressed up as a costume character. And when Michael's supposed to be seeing Santa, I had the costume character jump out of camera just to get a reaction from Michael.
him,
Right.
right, to try to prompt him.
The only thing he wanted to know was who was the Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, sure. So, Craig, now, how many? Is this the first film you actually? I'm sure it's not the first film you've edited. Is this the first one that's been outbound to different festivals and things?
No, I've done a couple of things for some other filmmakers.
Okay.
Some color correction editing, and it's gone to a couple other festivals. Bob and I actually had worked together, years ago doing television commercials, but this was actually the first. I was actually the director, and he was the cameraman, and kind of rolled through.
Well, it all comes back to haunt you.
I preferred to be in charge because Bob's a little bit of a prima donna.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say anything, but I got that vibe. No, that's
to his credit, the film cut together really easily, and you'll see those type of continuity errors even in Martin Scorsese.
Oh, absolutely,
The actor may just not do it exactly the same way both times, and you just have to kind of try to make it work. And it's more about fooling the audience and so that they won't see the cut.
Exactly,
and help it.
My kids actually make it a game now because he does this. Doc does this when we
I'm
watch.
an idiot.
When we watch movies, he'll try to find spots.
Wrong, yeah.
Well, my kids were watching Phineas and Ferb, and they realized that Candace, in one shot, was wearing a white shirt. And then they switched over and came back, and then she was wearing a red shirt. My kids start to. So anyway, my point to this
is devolved of Phineas and Ferb. I can't believe it.
To give credit to Craig because this is why they have Oscars for film editing. I don't think people are probably like, what's the big deal with that? But it's a huge deal because without a good editor, there's no continuity.
Oh, absolutely.
It ruins the whole film.
There's a lot of things that Craig did I was real happy with. Just to add realism. We had the police crackle at the end. And dropping in the different audio and the footsteps going in, or you hear the police. There was never a police officer's car there.
Right, but it looked like it.
But and you hear it. Also, you hear the car pull up.
You hear the radio.
And whatnot. So
that's awesome. And
there wasn't a police officer's car during the scene. I mean, a couple times the police were called.
Well, they actually wrote me 3 or 4 tickets right in front of the house. And the one thing that was really cool is there was no snow in reality, but there was. Bob made it snow.
Yeah.
Tell us. Tell
us, Bob. How did you do that?
Bob is gone.
Yeah, it was a program called After Effects, but I actually had 3 or 4 boxes of fake snow, and we put it up around the lawn, and I was running down the street throwing this fake snow.
Oh,
and
my gosh.
Neighbors, I'm sorry if you're listening and any got on your lawn.
It goes away. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's
highly but I used also a program called After Effects.
And you look at the movie and it's a Christmas setting. I mean, it's the lights are on the house and everything. And what was it, March?
It was March, and my neighbors were wondering why I had Christmas lights, still up in March. He's like, that guy's lazy.
Well, we just we got behind.
I set up this dolly tracks, and it ran the length of my yard out into the street.
Yeah, I was there. It was really cool. I'm like, I'm in a movie set.
And they wouldn't let me ride it. I really it was like a mini roller coaster out there. But with lots of camera gear, so I guess that would be counterproductive. It was great fun to do though, and the one story that I have is that I was on my way to the shoots, and I would be in costume in the police officer's uniform, and of course I cut quite the authoritarian figure, all 5.5 feet of me. But I went into the Dunkin' Donuts to get a cup of coffee for the trip, and they would not let me pay for my coffee, and I kept trying to explain this is a get up for the movie. I'm not an actual police officer, but apparently there was some language barrier. But I ended up with like 4 or 5 cups of free coffee out of it. So
now a couple days a week he puts on his costume and goes into Dunkin' Donuts and gets himself a free cup of coffee.
No, I dress like a waitress and go in the back door. That was an amazing experience. It was lots of fun.
Yeah, and I appreciate you, coming aboard and, with everybody's help.
Yeah.
It was a, it takes more than one person. So obviously.
And it was an amazing concerted effort. He had a police officer there to give us, as
that's right. I had the sheriff's
like a hostage negotiator, or it was great too.
Yeah.
The special advisor, and kind of made it look like we knew what we were doing. That was a good thing. How
most
many?
importantly, I fed you guys well.
Yeah, you did.
I
The
wanted
food
to,
was really good.
I did want to give a shout out to the
crew,
catering.
yeah.
That was good chow. It definitely was.
Buffalo Bill's restaurant.
Buffalo Bills. Thanks, Bill. And how many times did you wreck the Christmas tree? I lost count.
Oh, at least 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I remember a couple. Yeah.
I was actually there that night, I think, when we were
I
trying to
ruined the
film
first
that
shot.
scene.
Yeah, it was a great and poor Terry. He's the one that was dressed as Santa, and he had to smash into the Christmas tree, and it's full of the ornaments and the Christmas balls and whatnot. And so it was we kind of practiced it all the way up to the point where we was going to fall into it, because we kind of figured this is going to be just one take.
Yeah.
We'll be lucky if we get it.
Yeah.
He did an excellent job, and of course I lean in to view the scene, and I got into the shot.
Well, that's
and then we had to cut to a close up and set up the Christmas tree as best as we could, and he smashed into it again.
Well, movie making is a process, and it's certainly worth a little roll through some broken glass to get about
That's right.
end result. No, it was an amazing thing. I thank you for allowing me to do that. Craig, are you still there by any chance?
Yeah, I still.
I'm sorry. We got.
I was just going to say something, but.
Yeah, and what happens when you interrupt me? Craig, you did a marvelous job editing the film. It was. I actually watched it again today just to set up so we could get this clip. It is a.
It was
totally just an amazing transition
I
between
tried to get
scenes.
Craig to go out to Vegas with me. It was accepted into the Vegas International Film Festival.
That was going to be my. That was going to be my next question.
I mean, to Bob's credit, you can't edit what's not there. So, his coverage and the way he planned it out was pretty meticulous, and it made my job, a lot easier. There were some shots that were a little more difficult that we had to kind of finagle, but for the most part, it cut like butter, as they say.
That's exactly right. And I was on, at the time, and while it was all happening in real time, I was impressed at the segues between making the scenes happen and doing the different shots, moving from here and get on the lighting.
It's funny because with the television business, it's hurry up and wait. So you hurry up to get the shot, but then it's like, especially for the actors, you're just waiting around until we rehearse it, and then you rehearse it, and then you shoot it, and then it's like setting up the next shot.
Well, I didn't mind that because I was out in my trailer.
Okay.
It was a U-Haul. No, okay. No, it was there was great food on hand. So when I wasn't directly involved, I was feeding my face, and thank you very much for that. I think I gained 4 or 5 pounds in one night. It was an amazing experience. So, Craig, thank you for your input. It was marvelous work on the film. If you'd like to stick around with us, that would be great. We're going to discuss a few things here. Try to move along and get some other input in here. So everybody, hang around. If you're listening, those of you who do tune into the show, both of you, I would like to say that you are certainly welcome to call in 856-227-1360. Please call in. Give us your thoughts on Valentine's Day, movie making, Iran. We don't care. Just
and bacon.
And bacon.
Yeah.
Bacon. And
Bacon.
The bacon I can talk about all day long.
I can.
I'm something of an expert, actually. I come from Indiana. We have a pork festival in Tipton every year, and but if you're from the outside looking in, I think it has more to do with the attendees than actually the food. But that notwithstanding, we do. Well, thanks, Craig, for. Sorry, I think we wore out Craig's welcome. I'm sorry about that, but we do appreciate him. His input and all the information. I didn't get involved in that background, so it was good to hear that. That was educational. Now, I think Amy has some something we did on another show way back when we actually had Marconi in the room. It was so long ago.
Oh my gosh!
She has some particular things that she lifted off the internet where there are complaints. Go figure about men. And what would that be?
Okay, I'm going to read this list, and then
will not interfere if we can help.
That's first on the list.
Okay, so
interference.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
No, and then I'm going to comment on it. So, so men's 10 worst habits and what they mean. The first one is always calling mom for advice.
Oh no.
2, leaving dishes in the sink. 3, leaving the seat up. 4,
Guilty.
picking nose, his own.
Well,
Shooting rubber bands at the producer while his fiance's trying to talk is 5.
I never could have any fun.
Picking nose, his own.
Again?
5, picking nose, someone else's.
No.
All right, I added that in.
Oh, wait.
6, biting his nails. 7, cussing. Don't do it. 8, procrastinating. 9, crunching ice. And 10, slurping food.
I'm guilty of at least half of those. Wow.
I can't. Who put enough thought into this to narrow it down to those benign things?
Right, and that's just my little comment on this. Is how ridiculous some of these lists are.
You think they're
like
ridiculous?
Really, who cares?
Okay, now
it wasn't like cheating on me, beating me, doing illegal drugs, going out with my sister. This is stupid stuff. So who cares?
Okay,
Agreed.
Right?
Yeah, I think I don't.
And that was my whole point in reading this. Like, okay, it says that biting his nails means he's insecure and unable to express himself.
What?
I mean, but seriously,
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Who decides that?
Well, I guess the people who are,
on the other end. I guess. I don't know.
who are watching people bite their nails and have nothing else to do with
Like
besides make lists.
women are perfect. These lists just drive me crazy.
Okay.
Now.
Okay, you just that was such
His
a
face
bizarre,
is beet red right now.
That was yes. I'm having to control myself beyond.
No, I mean these lists are just. I mean, yeah, sure. Like calling your mom every time you have to make a decision is ridiculous.
I can understand where that would.
I mean,
be,
that's a little bit crazy.
Depends on
but
the decision. What
It
might buy her
depends
for
how old the man
Valentine's
is
Day.
also.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, if he's if he's 9, he doesn't belong in a relationship anyway. But now. And we talked about this on the other show, and when we got a lot of response, we got a lot of callers. We invite folks to give us a shout. What do you think of this list? And I'm sure you have items of your own, ladies and men, about what might annoy you about the opposite sex.
Underwear on the floor. There you go. That's another one.
Underwear on the floor.
That's number 11.
I think on the wall is a
Nah.
Yeah, you don't want to just stick
Underwear
to the
on.
yes, that's fire good.
I hate when she wears her underwear.
Okay, I'm going to make a note for the next show. 856-227-1360. If you have a comment, some input, some ideas of your own, anything about a list that has to do with the annoying things about the opposite sex, Valentine's Day, Iran, Ashley Judd, anything, certainly, give us some input on that. The one thing I think men would have to, and again, this is the only thing keeping Cosmo alive is these nutty little lists. I think men would have to say women who make lists.
Yeah, that's
because there's
I
a
make
list for
lot of
everything.
lists, but I don't make lists about
Well,
men.
you got a honey-do list. I mean,
Wow.
that's a list.
If he would just do it without me having to put it on the list, then there wouldn't be a list.
Well, number one should be read list.
Or read mind.
Yeah, good luck with that. No, I one episode in my past with an unfortunate encounter with a female that ended tragically. She had 47 different items in her criteria list for
The perfect man?
The man, right?
Okay.
And 47. Now, That's
I
ridiculous.
mean, you should at least have 50.
I was going to say, did you at least hit one? Did you make one of them?
Actually, she said that the only one that I didn't meet was not liking cats, but I'm allergic.
Okay.
We ended up being married for 14 months. So I guess perfection was not really that well established. But as we went along, I developed quite a list for her. So, but that's
I mean, and if you guys are listeners, singular,
you said that plural almost.
new Doc, they probably understand why I don't have a list.
Right, because I can't read. No, it's because I'm in flux. I change all the time, so it's impossible to make that list. No, well, why would you say that? That you?
I don't know. I just said it. I don't think about it.
Oh, okay. So
that's on my list. Men who question me, question my motives.
Women who blurt things out meaninglessly.
Ronaldo's shaking his head.
Well,
he doesn't like women who question.
He's trying to
him.
stay awake. Over there, I think. That's his job over there, is to keep things well in hand. And this anyway. Thanks, Ronaldo. What we're kind of getting into here is trying to find out ways that people actually celebrate Valentine's Day. What kind of how do you go into this thing? I don't know, Bob. Do you have anything that you actually? It's kind of like
I'm pretty much a ham and bacon kind of guy. Just like the dinner, flowers,
ham and bacon.
No,
that's pretty. That's,
no, I don't.
So
I don't,
romantic.
Yeah. I
Hot ham in the shape.
All right, honey, get in the truck. We're going out for ham and bacon.
No, it's the old standby. It's just the dinner and flowers.
I like the ham and bacon myself, really. I mean, but my sweetie is.
Well, for Valentine's Day this year, we're going to my youngest son's basketball game. That's
romantic.
That's going to be our very romantic Valentine's Day.
So yeah. So
What are you going to do?
Huh? What am I going to do? Oh,
yeah, we're on live radio. Let's not discuss that.
No,
now.
I mean, I thought maybe you thought I had something special planned during the event.
No,
you're going to spill it on radio.
I think we talked about this last week. He's very romantic. I mean, he's written me poems, and they're actually good. They're not like you're my favorite.
I did that once, and
you totally rock.
I wrote a poem, and she laughed at me. And that was pretty much the end of it. So I was like, "Yeah, it's not going to happen anymore."
No, I wrote a book. Okay. It's soon to be published in my lifetime, and it's all poetry, and it's called "Why Giants Don't Wear Kilts and Other Illustrations." And
he's actually very talented.
I think in verse. I think that's all there is to it. But I've written some of the poems are 3 and 4 pages long. I mean, I just couldn't stop till I found a spot that I couldn't rhyme anymore. But there are all kinds of things in there. There's one poem in particular that I use at the end of my comedy set. I could do it for you now if you like. Oh, listen to the...
Where's that cricket thing again?
Yes, please. No, take your seats. It's okay. No, that's whatever. But some of them I had thought about, putting with music and, actually trying to create some noteworthy songs. But
he's just he's very romantic anyway, so I don't really care about Valentine's Day. Just a card's good enough for me.
I pull her chair out for her, and most of the time she doesn't catch it, hits the floor.
Yeah, opens my door. Yeah, let's see what happens when we get married.
Saves the cards, and she reused them one year.
She reused them.
I've been re-gifted.
Wait a minute.
Put the date 2013.
You're in Hellmark.
It out.
Yeah.
Well, it's cost effective, and that's important.
That's true. The meaning is there. I'm like, yeah, but 99 cents.
Dude,
but see,
color your own. Buy a box of Crayola.
What that says is, I still feel the same.
there you
I
go.
guess if you really want to get into some cheap sentiment there. Oh God, what you don't want is the name of the original recipient scratched out.
Right.
Yours written in.
At least you got the name right.
Yeah, that's beyond cheap right there. That's bad. So this Valentine's Day, we're going to a 9-year-old's basketball game.
Very romantic.
It won't last a whole evening.
And I scream the whole time. So.
Oh, you're one of those parents.
No, I cheer for him. I don't yell at him or anything. He's really good, but I just cheer for him. That's not bad, right?
So hey,
I think
any Valentine's Day where the woman screams the whole time is a good Valentine's.
Well, yeah.
So
are we still on the air? I don't know. Sometimes I push the envelope. So we will. I do have something planned.
Oh.
Nice.
I do.
I did. I ordered your gift 3 weeks ago, and I came, and it's broken.
And it came in a truck marked.
I'm
Oops.
so irritated.
Well, did it come? The postal service brought it, didn't it?
Yeah. No. This was a manufacturer's defect. I'm going to do something. I'll make it work.
I lost about $180 in gift certificates that I sent out to California for Christmas. And it got lost in the mail.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well,
That's why you send them e-cards, dude.
Well, yeah, I've learned my lesson.
Yep, do e-cards. You're safer that way.
Well, you can look at me and fall back to that manufacturer's defect problem.
Stop.
That's
or
what
get
I'm suffering
insurance.
from.
Yeah, the warranty is gone, right?
Yes. It was a 30-year warranty that's been over for a long time.
You think? Sorry.
So
wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway, the call-in number is 856-227-1360. Ronaldo needs a wake-up call. So,
yes.
Please, someone help.
And to kind of be the contrapuntal input to the Iowa Bacon Fest, where they have the Bacon Queen.
Sure.
Contrapuntal in the same sentence as Bacon Fest. That's got to go in the Guinness Book of World Records.
I don't think I exceeded my allowance of syllables.
No, you.
Okay.
No.
I think they have the Bacon Queen and the Bacon Dress. I'm going to search out a festival in which I can be king. If anybody out there in Radio Land is celebrating a Vienna Sausage Festival, I'm your guy.
Oh. MJ.
Wait a minute. Oh yes, there we go. No, that sounded better in my head. So, but when you get into relationships, and Bob, you can probably you have some input on this, I'm sure. And I'm from the man's perspective, okay?
Yeah.
Because we heard the list, and not that Amy shares those sentiments,
I don't.
but we did hear the list. What the men can say is that when they get into a relationship, there's about a 30-day grace period, and then all of a sudden, there's a completely brand new set of expectations for you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
It's, once the romance is gone, it's just they change.
Oh, the romance is still there.
Oh, okay.
What they're doing is
the initial romance.
they're using that as camouflage in order to sculpt you into a completely different subhuman being. It's
great.
The
they
diet.
lure you in, right?
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
that's
Okay.
exactly
Yeah.
right. Once they've set the hook, they reel you in slowly, and once they land you, once you're in the boat, look out. The one thing I talk about is the diet changes. Women become nutritional experts, and my diet has changed tremendously. The ham and bacon Valentine's Day is no more for me. It's a lot of fiber. Rope, hay. I'm eating. I think this morning I had carpet for breakfast or something. I don't know. And what happens is you get all this fiber, and that's supposed to be good, and it's not. The fiber, there's a certain manifestation to fiber that I really didn't know about before I experienced it. I don't really care for that. I was a happy, slightly chunky guy, and now I'm a mustachioed, emaciated salad shooter, more or less. It's terrible. You don't want to be like second in line at the Dunkin' Donuts, and all of a sudden, you got gravy with your biscuit. You know what I'm saying? You just go up and
What
get.
did you have for breakfast yesterday?
Yesterday? What did I have for breakfast yesterday? I had. What did I make? Yeah, I can't remember.
No, he did cook all weekend.
That's part of that romantic stuff I was up to. I cooked all weekend.
Bacon.
There you go.
Bacon. And who bought that? Bacon. Who was that?
What are you, the church lady?
I bought it.
I know. I understand that because.
So is that difficult?
He's not talking about me.
Okay.
Is it hard to buy?
She went out there, cut it right off the pig.
So I'm just
No,
if,
because my kids eat meat. I mean,
Okay.
that's their choice. I do eat fish. And yesterday he made this awesome roast chicken
nice.
and injected it with stuff.
Steroids and hormones.
It was so good. And
it's my secret.
no, I'll eat
injection?
chicken sometimes, and I eat fish and shellfish. But my kids eat meat. That's their choice.
Okay.
I stopped eating meat when I was 14, like beef and pork and
Right,
stuff.
right.
But I still, I don't buy a pound of bacon every week. They get half the package once a week. That's all they get. Well, it's not good for them.
No.
But it's not like I'm the food police.
Oh, whatever.
All right, so this goes back to your first thing, the nutritional.
So I make this roast chicken last night.
It was really good.
In my special way. It was very good. And I made
his special way.
It's my special way. I made these green beans, and I sauteed the onions and the garlic and stuff ahead of time.
Really
steamed
good.
the green beans and then put it all together with some
Where'd you get
olives
that idea from?
You want to please just let me have my moment?
All right.
And then I made some mashed potatoes and gravy. Now, Miss Dietary Expert, Miss Ralph Nader of the stomach over here,
Ralph Nader of the stomach.
was eating the gravy with a spoon.
It was so good.
Yeah.
He makes the best gravy ever. And I mean gravy, like chicken gravy.
That's some gravy there,
It's
man. That's what I'm
really
talking about.
good.
So my friend who has a barbecue restaurant, who he's the one who catered.
Oh, it was awesome.
He makes some great soups, and it's all goes down to the base. The real chicken.
Oh,
Yeah.
Base, all-
Yeah.
Yeah, I make a chicken barley soup, and her boys love it.
And they all like chicken noodle kids. I'm like, I never gave them, like, I give them like brown rice and that kind of stuff, but I never really use barley that much. Like, I make quinoa and all that stuff, but usually
Fiber.
it's beef barley soup. It's beef barley. So I never really got into barley too much, but he made the chicken barley, and I'm like, they're not going to like this that much. They don't even want chicken noodle soup anymore. They just want and I'm happy because it's better for you.
Well, that's my grandma's recipe.
It is his
Yeah,
grandma's.
It's
They
amazing.
Did she speak like that also?
Yes, it's exactly. Yeah. 40 years of Lucky Strikes. She sounds just like that.
And we were sick last week, so me and Doc and my oldest son, and so we ate it like 4 days in a row. That's all we ate was chicken soup. So.
Yes, and it made me so much better.
Oh yeah, really.
Yeah, it's the cure-all. So, if we have any callers out there, if I can say that in plural, we have lines open at 856-227-1360. Oh, look at the board lighting up. Oh, wait a minute, that's not the Christmas tree's still here. We actually would love to hear your thoughts on chicken soup. If you have any, if you have any thoughts at all, please just call us in. 227.
Even if you don't, we'll just
Yes.
listen to you breathe.
That's and at times I if I haven't behaved myself, that's all I listen to for a while. So it's something. But no, I got into that. I was talking about that one relationship where it lasted about 14 months. One of the problems was that she had so many previous marriages, and I didn't realize I wasn't brought into the
Did you do
loop
background
on that.
check?
Did not. Well, I checked her background, but she happened to be facing the other direction. That's the only. No, she was. I didn't realize she'd been married so many times before. Until the wedding day, and the groom is not supposed to see the bride before the wedding and all that, whatever that means. She comes out in her dress; it's got like merit badges on it. Okay, we had an argument over this recurring expense on the budget, and it turns out she had a wedding party on retainer. Okay, it was, so that the reason that didn't last so long is because she was moving on. So I don't know.
So wrong.
Oh, yeah. And the honeymoon was a disaster. We checked into this place. It was the weirdest redneck motel I'd ever been in. Okay, this is a honeymoon redneck motel. I know I'm a cheapskate, but we get there. We've been there about 15 minutes, and I call down, and I knew this was a redneck place. I called down to the front desk. I said, "Look, I hate to be a pest, but I got a leak in my sink." And the guy says, "Go ahead." So, right off the bat, it was not good. So, have you had any bad relationship experiences you care to?
Probably not that he cares to share.
But I will share this.
Somebody's listening
a
to
bad
you,
trip.
I'm sure.
I will. It was my first trip going down to Florida with a girlfriend. So I think I was 19, 18 years old, and decided we're going to go down to Florida, check out with Walt Disney World, whatnot. And her Turismo breaks down like 3 or 4 times and we got lost 3 or 4
Shocker.
times. Yeah. And the one time we got lost around Washington D.C. and the car wouldn't start. We took our luggage and we walked a mile for a hotel. The hotel happened to be like $125, and we're young, didn't have the money. Walked all the way back. We slept in the car. Found a mechanic who fixed it, who charged us $40. Got back on the road.
Oh, that was lucky.
Broke down again. Yeah, and luckily we were on 995, and a truck got us started and followed us to a mechanic and got the car on the road. went and slept overnight at a hotel, and of course the bathroom toilet kept on running. So by the time we woke up in the morning, there was like a flood in the bathroom. It was an ugly trip.
That's
It was memorable. So
And,
I will
but
tell you that.
but that's the worst. Like, you go on vacation, you wait all year to have this awesome vacation, and then it's like ruined. I mean, we get lucky. Like, all year, like everything goes wrong. But that week of vacation, it's usually pretty good.
Yeah, we went to Disney World. We stayed in the resort right at the park itself. And the youngest one, as soon as we walk in the door, he had eaten his weight in chocolate and barfs it in all over the bathroom.
Oh.
So we were on a roll. It was great. I felt
Barf I can handle.
Well, it was like, a real combination of things.
So
Started out with Walt Disney. Now, I'm Willy Wonka. Okay, well, we have another bit of input from Amy. She is all over the internet looking for inspirational things and newsworthy things. She's gonna get another little tidbit to share with us right now.
Yeah, I got some interesting news stories here. First in the news, Disney announced a collaboration with Justin Bieber, who will voice a new cartoon character aptly named Justin Beaver. In response to the news about her ex, Selena Gomez responded, "I am totally not surprised. I always suspected he was gnawing on wood."
Oh, boy. Wow, that's...
He plays the talking beaver.
Oh,
yeah.
That's...
Yeah.
I wonder what the fines are currently for... No, go ahead.
Okay. Next, we have Congress announces a new iPad app for drone strikes. John Boehner says it's a cross between Minecraft, Angry Birds, and Facebook. Violating people's constitutional rights has never been so easy. Oh. Immediately after the announcement, he got friend requests from Ted Nugent and the guy at the gun counter at Walmart.
That's a following right there.
Yeah. Isn't that... I mean, like, what else will there be an iPad app for? I mean, seriously.
Have they left anything out?
Don't even answer. Don't even answer. Okay, next we have in some political news. Ashley Judd has officially announced she will run for Congress and has named Ron Jeremy, who is recovering in the hospital from a nasty sprain, her campaign manager. In light of her pending divorce, he announced she will be changing her name to Ashley Jugs. Hugh Hefner will reportedly be shooting a documentary of her campaign.
Okay.
Sorry, Bob, you were passed over on that.
Well,
I
remember
about that.
I put the application in. I just never heard.
Yeah.
And Ron Jeremy, now he had just he was just recovering from a nasty groin pull, which coincidentally was the name of his co-star in his last movie. We are also still soliciting any input, any telephone calls. We have I'm sure lots of friends out there who tripped over the 1360 spot on the dial that are just totally intrigued with what we're doing here. Would like to join in the fun. 856-227-1360. And if you are listening, if there is something that you have that you would like to promote, that you would like some word spread about, we are certainly happy to do that. We love our sponsorship partners. We have the greatest rates on radio. We can help you out with that. Just give me a call at our business line. It's right there on our website, thedocandamyshow.com. And do you have something else?
I do have some more news.
Jeez.
There's a lot of news this week.
She's a bottomless pit of
Yeah, I am. Okay, in order to raise money to help the victims of Hurricane Sandy, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie announced a statewide bake sale. In order to fund his purchases at the bake sale, Chris Christie announced he will be putting the entire Jersey Shore up for sale on Craigslist.
Okay, well...
is that the cast or the actual Jersey Shore?
The Jersey Shore.
The real estate.
The entire Jersey Shore. He likes baked goods.
That's going to be
He needs
lunch
some cash.
for him, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, we're in New Jersey. Maybe we ought to lighten up on the guy. It could be, we can get home and there's, some
Cops
state
following
revenue
us
agents.
home or something, exactly.
Would be to be pulled over for driving a white car or something. We don't, you have more?
I have more. I have the weather.
Why am I even here?
I have the weather
we
news.
do. Yes, we do have weather news. Now,
Hello?
see, we are a full-service radio show. We not only
will
bore you
attest
with
to that.
topical events, we're going to bore you with meteorological events as well. No, Amy has worked very hard on these things, and I love to when she shares them. Please, darling, go ahead.
Okay. NBC's weatherman, Glenn Hurricane Schwartz, is in the hospital after suffering a heart attack following his correct weather prediction Thursday night. I've been a meteorologist for 30 years, and I've never been right. Being net right never seems so wrong. I don't know where to go from here. In response, ABC's Cecily Tynan was seen in a Center City bar doing body shots off of a 22-year-old Drexel student. It was not Ronaldo. I went into weather forecasting for the drama, the excitement. It's all pointless now. Getting things right was never in the cards. Okay. When asked what her next move was, she said, "I think I'll run for Congress."
Oh, let's move over, Ashley. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, and getting things right is probably will get you kicked out of Congress faster than anything.
Yeah. I want to be a weatherman when I grow up.
Or a baseball player. It's all the same.
Yeah.
No, we used to, in the Navy, we called them weather guessers.
Weather guessers.
Weather guessers.
That's where you
Yeah.
get paid for only being right 50% of the time.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
seriously? Like, oh, it's
The
snowing
pressure.
outside, really?
Can you imagine the pressure? You're on
We
television.
have a
and
high
everything.
probability of clouds.
Yes, it's going to be partly cloudy. What does that mean?
Yeah.
There might be some sun. I don't know.
No, I just dread when they forecast snow because I know I'm going to go to ShopRite and it's going to be like the apocalypse. Like, there's going to be an inch of snow and all of a sudden, the world's going to end and everybody has to stock up on food.
And it never occurred to me to try to delve into this any further. But why is it that people think really terrible weather can be fended off by milk, bread, and eggs? What is that? You're gonna make egg sandwiches and have some milk, and it'll all be fine. Thank you, Pollyanna. That's what they wipe that out first. Milk, bread, and eggs. And bacon. Well, that's
And bacon.
if they get there behind me, there will be no bacon. I can guarantee you.
No, last week with that snow, it was like, it's supposed to be like a coating to an inch.
Hey, we dodged the bullet. They got 3 feet up.
I know.
Boston.
No, not
That's their
this
problem.
week. The one last week.
okay.
And I don't even the only reason I
dustings, yeah.
remember is I had to go to ShopRite. What did I need? I forget, like a light bulb or something for the oven. So I went to get it, and I'm in line, and it's like literally like it was like a store closing, and everything was 90% off. They had every register open.
And you've seen
lines
those,
were
haven't you?
6 deep. And I said to the lady in front of me, I hadn't looked at the weather. It was a really busy week. And honestly, I don't care because I can look outside and it's always wrong anyway. I'm like, is it supposed to snow or something? She's like, yeah. She's like, this is crazy. She had a birthday cake for a party or something, but I didn't even know, or I would have never gone in there. It was literally like mayhem. I've never seen anything like it.
Well, I have been in the stores when nothing was happening, and generally it's a Saturday. It's still the same. People are just stepping on each other.
It's crazy.
I had an old lady. I thought she was going to get out of her car and beat me with her cane because I took a parking place that apparently she had her eye on. I offered to back out and let her have it, and she offered to let me have it anyway. So I just
And that's a true story.
yes, yeah. She was.
He actually offered to back out and let her have, like if you need the spot that bad, take it.
Oh, she was a feisty old broad. I tell you. I have not consulted our website in the last few minutes. We do have a couple of minutes left. If you want to squeeze in here at the last couple of minutes, 227-1360. We are going to pull up to kind of augment my failing memory and see who might be on next week's show. I don't want to mix that up, so if we can pull that up for you. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties with the World Wide Web. Apparently, it's not so worldwide at the moment. But do visit our website, www.thedocandamyshow.com, to check out the upcoming lineup. We have the next couple of shows up there for you. And the actually the Ronaldo, the website for the station. It's actually John. His name is John. The website for the station has actually changed as well. We want to let folks know about that, and there is a whole lot of stuff on top of where that is written. Do you recall that? It's
the website's now it's WNJCradio.com.
WNJCradio.com. You won't believe how madly I was searching for it on my own computer, and I hadn't gotten the word on that, so I'm out of the loop on everything. So, I'm sorry.
I'd like to let everyone know our guest next week will be Jess Carpenter, who is a comic. He hosts and produces comedian Destruction.
Deconstruction. Comedian Deconstruct. If you can't do it right, darling, don't do it at all.
Deconstruction. And he's going to be in,
What he does.
I thought it was a he. I just want to make sure.
Well,
'cause
it's
you
still a
kinda
he.
Gave me a
I've
weird
seen-
It
look.
could be both.
I've seen his
Yeah.
picture.
No.
It depends on what he's doing. Actually, he's got set up a troupe where a couple of comics get up and do their sets, and then the improv group gets up and deconstructs
Nice.
their sets.
Oh,
And they use
okay.
that. So that's a very interesting concept. I can't wait to hear about that. We spoke for a little while, and it sounds like it's going to be some activity there. Going to be good laughs and so forth to be had. Do want to thank Bob Haynes, writer and
Pleasure.
director of
Pleasure.
A Christmas to Remember. Thank you, Bob. Always lots of fun. Amy, thank you for all of your news and weather and so forth. Ronaldo, thank you for being there ever at your post.
Thank you, Geraldo.
What we would like to do is